Okay, so we are identifying the property here that's illustrated. So number one, what property is it going to be? Commutative. Very good, because it doesn't matter what order you add or subtract in, as long as you keep the same sign, you can change the order. What about number two? Identity, because anytime you add 0, it is just the other term. So 7 plus 0 is 7, xy plus 0 is just xy. All right, now that can be confused with the inverse property, because inverse is opposite. So you have 6 plus negative 6 equals 0. So there's another 0, but remember the answer is 0 for the inverse property. With identity property, I'm adding 0 to any number, and it is the number itself. All right. Well, it depends. If 0 is the answer, it's inverse. If it's being added to a number, then it's identity. All right, so number 2 is identity. Number 3, associative, because I have more than one basically term being multiplied inside the parentheses, so that's why it's associative. Associative property for number 3. All right, any questions on number properties? Moving on. Now, distributive property, there are 6 of these on your test tomorrow. So count them up, 24 points. Distributive property. Worth 24 points. So this is a fourth, this is a quarter of your test grade tomorrow, is to know how to do the distributive property. Listen very carefully to my instructions. Write an equivalent expression. Did I say solve? Write in equivalent expressions. We're not solving anything. We're just writing an equivalent expression using the distributive property. All right, number 4. 6 times x is? 6x. 6 times 4 is?
24.
Positive 24, so that's where the plus comes from, okay? Plus 24. Number 5, negative 3 times 4?
Negative 12.
Negative 12. Negative 3 times negative 2x?
6x.
Positive 6x, that's where the plus comes from. Number 6, negative 6 times 3x? Negative 18x. Very good. Negative 6 times 2? Negative 12. Some of you said plus negative 12. That's okay. But if you're going to do plus a negative, make sure you put negative 12 in parentheses to separate the double sign. Number 7, 4 times 6? 24. 4 times 2a? 8a. Since it's positive, that's why it's a plus. Number 8, negative 3 times negative 3? 9. And negative 3 times negative 4a? 12a. You guys did great on that. Any questions on distributive property? So 24 points right there. A quarter of your test is just being able to do distributive property. Now, you have 2 like this. I want you to find the perimeter of both of these figures. Find the perimeter of both of these figures. Use your formulas. That will be helpful. Okay, so I have P equals 2 times the length plus 2 times the width. I make my substitutions and I simplify. I should get 12a plus 4. Did you get it?
Yeah.
All right, good job. All right, number 10, you're just adding them all together, otherwise known as a plus b plus c. So add them all together. Now you do have to subtract 2x. So you end up with p equals 3x plus 6. 3x plus 6. All right, 2 of those on your test tomorrow, so that's 8 points right there. Now, you've got 5 questions like 11 through 13. 3 of them are going to involve the distributive property like you see on number 13. Okay, so you have 3 problems where you have the distributive property. Now, here's what you're doing. On 11 through 13, you are simplifying the expression. Here's a hint. This could help you on your test tomorrow. Find the opposites and cancel them out first. Now, you cannot cancel them before you do distributive property, but once you have all of the terms multiplied, you can cancel your opposites. That makes solving much easier. So that's a little hint for your test tomorrow for simplifying expressions. Number 11, what is 2x minus 9x?
15x.
No. Different signs.
24
9 minus, hold on. 9 minus 2 is 7, and it's negative 7 because 9 is bigger. 15, negative 15 minus 9, same sign, add and keep. Negative 24 minus 7x. Look at, now here is the most important part for this concept. look at the signs in front of the numbers. If they are both negative, you add them and keep the negative. If they're different signs, you subtract them and keep the sign of your bigger absolute value. Did anybody catch the opposites on number 12?
Yes.
Well, what are the opposites? 2y and negative 2y and 8 and negative 8, right? So when you cancel out your opposites, we haven't even done any math yet. Now we have our answer. Negative 6 minus 4y. And if you said negative 4y minus 6, that's fine. Okay, so you didn't even have to do any math on number 12 if you applied your number properties. You see where the number properties can come in handy?
So you cross out the opposite.
Number 13, before you do anything, what do you have to do? First order of operations, parentheses, get rid of your grouping symbols. 4 times 2x is 8x. 4 times 2 is 8. Positive 8, that's why we have a plus 8. Minus 10 minus 2x, now I can simplify. 8 minus 2x is 6x. 15 plus 8 is 23, minus 10 is 13. 6x plus 13.
I missed all of those.
On 14 and 15, I want you to use the values for A and B to evaluate. You have 3 problems like this on your test tomorrow. All right, so 4 times 2 times negative 3 squared. Negative 3 squared is 9, 72. 2 times 2 plus 2 squared minus 6 gives me 2. All right, guys, listen, if you understand that, you should be good to go for your test tomorrow.